Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video for Scale Riders. This is 65 Lokes. In this video we're going to be covering the dedicated Scale Enthusiast magazine volume 5 that just dropped not too long ago, and on the cover we have a replica car model build by Hector Lozano. This car is called the Galaxian and it is out there in Japan, a 101 scale car. So this pre-order here, we got a couple of things that came along with it. As you can see, we got the decals, the background, a sticker, and a small little plaque for the scale model cars. It also came with a poster here, and we got a couple cars, one on each side for the wall. So let's go right ahead and get into the magazine here. I'm gonna flip through the book. For those of you that missed out on the pre-order, it will be available through magcloud.com. I will post the link in the description. There's a showcase hobbies, trailer trash. Right over here we have the table of contents, all the different various articles and coverage that's covered throughout the magazine. And here we have the website, dedicatedmagazine.com. If you guys need to, hit them up, make sure to reach out right there and visit them on their website. Letter from the editor, Willie Ramirez Jr. We also have in this section over here the dedicated magazine staff. Thank you guys, all you guys that participated, taking care of making this a possibility and bringing it to our doors. Here we have more solicitation. Check out icemancollections.com. We also have scalefinishes.com. And let's get things started. Here we have a scale model build by Anthony Rios. The name of this car is Peligro. And this was an exclusive build that was in the works, kept secret. Through the time of the magazine being put together, this was being created behind the scenes, and its debut was in the magazine. And let me see here. Right here you have, thank you Anthony for your dedication to the hobby and allowing us to have this exclusive. It's a really beautiful car. It's a nice layout too on the magazine right here. And I mean, just the coverage on the photos is beautiful. I love the red background, it just matches all right there. And I mean, these are, images that you can just stare at for hours, studying, looking at the presentation, wondering how it's done. And, and I feel like it, the magazine itself and the builds combined together, it brings out that excitement that it did spark back in the day with the lowrider bicycle magazines, and also further on with the Scale Auto magazines. On the next section we have Altered Visions. It's a nice setup right there. Beautiful builds. I had received the magazine I want to say a couple weeks ago, and I've been wanting to do the video, but it's just been kind of hard finding the right time, because it all has to do with the lighting. I like using the natural light that comes into the room so we don't get that glare. But look at that right there. It's a nice layout right there. Great work right there. And this is all done by Benjamin Legrand. Over here we have article 90s Kid, and this artist is Eric Ritz. Check that out right there. This article was done by George Ramos. Shout out to George, aka Vision 124. And then over here we have World at Pause 2020 Pandemic Editorial. So these are all really neat articles, because they do cover the times of what we're going through right now, what everybody's living together. So this is going to be a special issue, something that we're going to look back some years back to see you know, and kind of just think and trip out with all the things that were going on. There's definitely a big pause and a halt, obviously, you know, on everything, especially shows. So right here, you know, they set things off with the 2020 Corona Model Car Show. These are all different artists that participated with their builds. Shout out to Wes Salazar. Some nice fleet right here from Ruben. And I mean, overall, man, these are all really beautiful builds. A Mustang right there. You know, even something like this is awesome right here. You know, something unique. I've never see anything like that in person, but it's really awesome to see. Right over here on this side, you know, we have some more artists here. The awesome truck. Shout outs to Gerald. Check that out right there. Shout out to Francois right there. Small Rocha. Juan Sepulveda. Man, lot of people right here. And I mean, you guys always see his work online. So this is Francois. All you guys already know him as Skeleton on Instagram. So he's killing it with his builds. Over here we have a part of the 2020 Corona Model Car Show coverage here. Check this out right here. Man, look at that. That's cool right there. This is all done by Nick Snyder. Check out that detail though. Looks so realistic. I wonder how many hours it took to put all this together. And he ended up taking it. He got first place. See that right here. Congrats to Nick Snyder for placing first in the 2020 Corona Model Car Show. We are looking forward to seeing more from him on all the social media platforms. And also article by George Ramos. Check that out. That's amazing. I mean, it must be tough to judge these things, you know, because I mean, everybody is bringing their A game, participating. So this is awesome. The next article here, we have the Galaxian, which is on the cover by Hector Lozano. Check that out right there. Let's get some close-ups of the car. The guys were out there in Japan before this whole COVID thing got out of hand, and they were lucky enough to visit Paradise Road, where they also got to see the real 101 scale Galaxian in person, and even the owner, he got to see in person the replica being done. You know, he got to see it, geek out on it, you know, take photos and have the car pretty much, you know, sitting on the 101 scale car. And so that was pretty a neat thing. You know, it's a unique moment, and you could say, I mean, this is a car right here that, you know, it took the motivation and the hard work and everything took Hector to Japan right here. You know, this is definitely going to be a build that you will always remember as the one that took him to Japan. Here we have some more pictures here. In the background, you see the Paradise Road building diorama that Armando Flores built. There's just so much detail in that building. Right over here we have another build of Hector Lozano, and I mean this one here, it's very famous. It's one of those cars that, you know, you identify and you go, oh man. And then down here we go LA Woman as well, another one. I mean, you got three classics right here, definitely. You know, these are like those ones that just like started it all. You know, Hector made a name for himself with these builds, and I mean, he just, after all these years, coming back and just creating another knockout right there. Beautiful car, look at that. All the details right there. And then down over here we have some more. And all this artwork was done by him as well. And the cars, and there he has an old school Lawyer magazine plaques that were given out with the Lawyer bicycle magazines. Check out that right there, that close up. And these are some really awesome shots right here. These shots were taken by Willie Ramirez Jr. and also the text article is done by him. Over here on this side, we're getting right into the tech. This is the Latina 48 build and part 1, trunk jams. So this is an article showcasing how to put together the trunk jams, and shout outs to David Anthony Garcia. Check this out right here. I love these photos right here of these layouts of the tools. I mean, I just geek out on tools every time I see them. I'm always wondering, like, you know, what is that? But here it is. Here it gives you a breakdown of the tools that are being used. So if you guys want to try this out, make sure, you know, you get your list going and you get all these tools right here. And then, you know, you get started. You pretty much break it down with all the steps. So, I mean, stuff like this, it definitely takes you back. I mean, David Anthony Garcia is one of the original, you know, tech people that was on the magazine doing so many articles that I know a lot of you guys will remember from back in the day. And how cool is it that he is back doing this, you know, in this era of 2020, and just handling it, you know. And it's pretty cool to see that he's doing that. So I mean, these are all things we all want to learn, right? And there it is. He's like breaking it down right there. It continues the article. You see right here, it says part 2 will be in this issue. Stay tuned. You know, back in the day they used to do it on a separate issue, but it's kind of cool that they did this where they break it down, and you'll see in a later issue. And I also wanted to show you guys another ad here. This is by Detail Junkies. Make sure you check out his site, junkies.net. He does have various amounts of photo etch kits for your model part builds, and make sure you check out the site. These are all brand new. All this stuff just dropped not too long ago, earlier this year. I would say probably about January or so, right before the magazine was released. But make sure you check that out, and let's check out the next page. Check this out right here. This is Green with Envy, done by George Torres. He is part of the So Many Ways Model Car Club, a very talented and skilled artist. You know, just every time he pushes himself and he challenges himself to, you know, every build. He's well known obviously for his hoppers. He's like all the time. Every time I see him, he's always busting out with a hopper. But what's crazy is, you know, what I was saying earlier about testing himself, you know, paint jobs on point, presentations, overall, you know, this guy is like doing it all right here. Very inspirational work, what he does. Over here we have the article Honda Love. This is from Victor Rodriguez, aka Backyard Inc. So that link right there, that's going to be his Instagram if you guys want to check out more of his work. So check it out right here. This is all dope right here. Dang, look at that. Looks so realistic. And I mean, the cool thing about the magazine, it's very diverse. You know, it has different genres of builds. And I mean, any car lover is gonna love seeing things like this too. You know, it doesn't just have to be lowriders. You know, we gotta mix it up. We gotta keep it interesting. I know that if I dabbled and I started to get into the Hondas, and I'm gonna definitely learn so much from it. This article is from text from George, photos by Dan Padilla. But check out that layout though, it's so dope. And I know from talking with the guys too, you know, they were saying by far this is like their best issue coming out. But to me, I feel like all the issues are great. So this here, this was one of the articles that came out on the magazine, A Man Behind the Mic, Scale Writers. And I don't know, it's kind of feels kind of funny for me, you know, like covering it, but I'm flipping through the pages. But here I am right here with Willie Ramirez Jr., down here with Armando Flores, and yeah, thanks Willie for the shots and the article as well. It's I don't know, it's just crazy for me. I don't want to like shed too much light on it or whatever. All I could tell you from the day is it was awesome. Willie came over, he brought his truck, his builds, and I was also able to document and record some stuff with Willie, so that was awesome. It was just great. I mean, we did the interview and we also recorded it on video, so in the future we'll definitely put that out. I just don't want to make it like a crazy priority, you know. I don't want to make it about me or whatever, but it was cool. We flipped things around on this one. Willie was the one interviewing me, and also this is what partaked in the magazine. And these are a couple of my builds here that I've done. These were probably, this one was my last one I've done. I mean, I did do one for NNL West, but it was more like a quick, you know, AMT curbside type thing. It was all good though. But thank you guys. Shout out for putting me on the magazine right there with that interview. And right over here, check it out. We got the Scale Rider store. Thank you guys for putting this ad right here also next to the article. These are just some of the brands that we started off with. And if you haven't yet, visit the store, scaleriders.com. So let's flip on to the next page. Bam. All right, over here we have bringing back the icon. As you can see here, recognize that name. This is back in 2004, Armando M. Avila of Southgate. Shout outs to him. Check out this build. So rad. I mean, Armando M. Avila, he's you know, one of the like the OGs, but also, you know, someone that's responsible and partaked in a lot of magazines that were released back, you know, in the 90s. And I mean, he had a responsible handling in the lowrider magazines, as well as the lowrider bicycle, the lowrider arte. And I mean, he just loves cars, and he loves this whole culture of lowrider. And I mean, he's a fantastic, great artist as well. I've seen some of his works, like prints and things that he does. Really nice guy as well. The next section here we have, this is Jeff Metzger. I hope I pronounced that right. The MPC Datsun 620 build off. Check this out right here. And just look at that paint job though, and that clear. Let's get closer to the engine detail right there. Look at that back setup, super clean. Just added everything like a real car. Dang, this is so rad. Over here we have more of the participants. Check that out right there. You can find a lot of these guys on Instagram. So if you guys are wondering, like, where are these guys coming from? Where can I find them? Instagram is definitely going to be your source right here. But these are all cool right here. Shout out to all you guys that participated in this to make this happen. I mean, if no one participates, how are we going to have articles, you know? How are we going to have event coverage and all that? So it's always a nice thing right here. Over here we have a section, pride and joy, dedication and inspiration. Dedication with culture by Armando M. Avila. And then right here, you know, this is something definitely are gonna have to pause and read through. Then over here we have some really nice vintage photos from back in the day where a lot of things got started. And these might be from his personal collection, I believe. Here it is, Willie's Reserve. This is one of the trucks that Willie brought over when we hung out that day of the interview. And I mean, I was just like tripping out, and it was fun recording this because I mean, this is a build from back in the day, and it was just cool for him to, you know, get it ready and bring it out. And I mean, it's always nice to see these radical builds too. And I mean, this is one that I never saw in person. So just to see it was very exciting, and all the detail, everything that went into it, you know, from the engine to the back, everything. Check it out right there. It's a really nice layout, and I just love the photos here. And here we have some more of his builds. Check this out right here. Very clean and very diverse as well. You know, different paint jobs, different types of cars. And I mean, you could tell there was a lot of fun that went on behind building these cars, and a lot of good memories too. Dun dun dun, check it out. So Dedicated Magazine is gonna be doing a super show. Check that out. Southern California summer of 2021. All right, everybody, make sure you guys stay safe and cross your fingers. Everything, we're gonna hope that, you know, everything goes well, so we could definitely be able to, you know, see each other at this show right here. More info will come later as to location and dates and all that, but this is like a teaser right here, you know, just putting it out there, letting you guys know that you know, this is something that they have planned for this year. Right over here we have Man Cave Models. Check this out, beautiful truck right here. These are done by Shane Harold. Check it out right there. I mean, man, Shane just does some like insanely clean work, very realistic, and I'm just like amazed by all the stuff that he does in post. Like, so many builds that he does, and everything's just super clean. He's definitely on another level that I'm like, man, this guy is like just crazy with it. And I mean, I love the presentation he does. It reminds me a lot of like Vision 124. You know, he's another modeler, that artist that just like knocks it out of the park. And I mean, very, very like critical as far as the presentation. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. And I mean, these cars just, they look like something you would see at a car show in a 101 scale car. You know, so shout outs to Shane. Then over here, this is something new. I had never seen this one. I have a feeling this is also an exclusive build for the magazine. Check this out right here. And I mean, this is from George Ramirez, part of Down to Scale. Look at that trunk. I mean, this car looks real as well. And I mean, these cars don't come in a 4-door. And it's just so dope to see this custom made into a 4-door on an Impala 66. And even these the rims there, they're awesome. You know, the color, beautiful color. And I mean, George, he always does clean work, and he does a lot of customization. I don't really think he even does like out of box stock, you know. That might be like too boring for him, but there's always something different that he does that's like amazing. Over here we're getting into the Aussie style. Check this out right here. Man, there's just so many cars right here. So many cars. These are all from Bryce. Let's go on this side. Look at this. If he ever visits the US, make sure you bring these out, man. These are all dope. But then again, I'd be scared to like travel with them. Then we have an article, Los Underground Kings, MCC. And this is just an intensive like work of all the guys that are part of the car club showcase. Here we have Just Cruise right there with the 62. Man, just so many cars right here. This is the section club corner. And it keeps going. Look at all these cars, man. There's so many cars. Sorry if I'm going too fast, but there's just so many cars, and I highly recommend you guys to get this magazine. You know, I mean, over here we have the Moonwalk GTR. This is a build from Vision 124. Man, just look at that. It's like very realistic. It's amazing. Great work, George. All the time, man. It's crazy, all the stuff you do. I don't know how you do it, man. Like, you're always busting out with not just one, man, but a lot of different cars. And then we have this event right here that's scheduled for April. Not sure if it's still going down. I mean, you know, things change at an instant, but I'm not trying to say that it's canceled or anything, but I mean, it's this is a date right here. If you guys are in Texas, make sure you guys come out and check this out right here. And then over here we have the car that we had shown earlier, but now this is more of a detail look from Skeleton. Check that out right there. Dang, this is so dope. And congratulations to him. He also recently had a baby as well. Dope. Right, let's get into the next section here. OG Hobbies. These are all the Hot Wheels from OG Hobbies. And look at that. Just love the color palettes on all these. And he gets down. Real name is Anthony Arevalo. He's also on Instagram as well. Just look at that insane engraving right there, man. Little pyramid on the side. It's crazy. Then we're going back to the pizza night pre-party coverage right here. This was a fun night. This was done by Alex. Here he is on Instagram, El Handis, and it was like a, you know, great idea, cool concept. Pizza party with model cars, and I mean, everybody came out. This was done the night before the NNL show, so everybody got together, brought their builds. I mean, you could just see the room was lit up. Everybody was right there, hanging out, chopping it up. A lot of people meeting for the first time. A lot of people from out of town that came out. A lot of builds that were being premiered as well. Here we got Chippity and Luis, LXE Scale Cars, you know, so it's a lot of cool things. There's Caesar, and it's just crazy, like all the different stuff that, you know, went down that night. It was awesome. It went by so fast. Here's some more coverage over on this side. And dude, look at all these cars. Just so many cars. There's George Ramos right there. He's the one who did the 66 four-door right there. That's the man. You know, over here we have that Spanx chilling out. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff right here. And then this is the NNL West. Now this is the following day. Here we have the MCBA Model Car Club, Group Shot, and then also we have all the various builds that were there that day. It was really cool thing to see. I mean, this show is every year in the beginning of January. Unfortunately, this year got canceled. Here we have the guys from So Many Ways with the guys from Down on Scale chopping it up. And here we continue to Latina 48 build. Part 2, trunk hinges. So you weren't left hanging. Here we start to finish it up. Then we get to the final stages. And voila, it's done. Check that out. Check it out on this side too. And this is the live. We made it to the end. This is the last page right here. If you guys want to get your Dedicated Magazine gear, the merch, dedicatedmagazine.com. Check it out. And then we have the back cover right here to the book. Hope you guys enjoyed. So stay tuned for another future video, volume 6. All right, guys. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and stay safe. Peace out.